Welcome to the Organic Chemistry lecture series. Today in this video we are going to study about this concept aromaticity. In previous video we have seen about what are the criteria of aromaticity and few examples of aromatic compounds. Now in this video we will recap the rules or criteria of a compound to become an aromatic compound. So the primary requirements for any compound to become aromatic are the primary requirements are it should be cyclic, and second there should be a conjugation. Okay, so these are the primary requirement. Conjugation means alternate single and double bond should be there in the compound. Alternate double and single bond should be there. Okay, and another primary requirement is planarity. So that is also important. So what is planarity? That each atom should be sp2 hybridize. Okay, so these are the primary requirements for any structure to become an aromatic compound. It should be a cyclic, remember, it should be conjugated, and it should be planar. And the most important condition is that the number of pi electrons the number of pi electrons should be in accordance with Huckel's rule. See, this is very important. The number of pi electrons should be in accordance with Huckel rule. Now, what Huckel rule states? Huckel rule states that a cyclic unsaturated compounds should contain 4n plus 2 pi electrons. Okay, 4n plus 2 pi electrons, where the value of n may be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So we will find out if n is equal to 0, then 4 into 0 plus 2, so it becomes 2 pi electrons. Okay, if n is equal to 1, then 4 into 1 plus 2, it becomes 6 pi electrons. Okay, if n is equal to 2, then it becomes 4 into 2 plus 2, that is 10 pi electrons. Okay, if n is equal to 3, then 4 into 3 plus 2, that means 14 pi electrons. Okay, so depending upon the value of n, so if n is equal to 0, then 2 pi electrons. If n is equal to 1, then 6 pi electrons. If n is equal to 2, then 10 pi electrons. If n is equal to 3, 14 pi electrons. If n is equal to 4, then it becomes 18 pi electrons. So we can say that for a molecule to be aromatic, remember this is very important, for a molecule to be aromatic, the number of pi electrons on the ring should be either 2 or 6 or 10 or 14 or 18, etc. we can say. So what is this Hegel rule? If aromatic compound contains two electron, say for example, if I take the benzene, okay, so in benzene you will find that primary requirements are fulfilled. It is cyclic, it is conjugated, and it is planar. Whether Hegel rule is obeyed or not, so just count the number of pi electrons. So 1, 2, 3 pi bonds are there. So one pi bond is means 2 pi electrons. So 3 pi bond means total 6 pi electrons are there. So 6 number is here. So we can say that this benzene obeys Hegel rule. Again, if we consider the example of naphthalene, okay, here also the primary conditions are fulfilled, that is it is cyclic, conjugated and planar. Again, count the number of pi electrons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pi bonds, that means 10 pi electron. So this is also the number which is here. So we can say that naphthalene is also aromatic. So again, if we consider anthracene, okay, here also all these primary conditions are satisfied, that is it is cyclic, conjugated and planar, and the number of pi electrons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that means 14 pi electrons are there. Again, this number is here. So we can say that benzene, naphthalene, anthracene, all these are the aromatic compounds. Okay, so this is everything about the requirements for a compound to become aromatic. So okay, it should be a cyclic, it should be conjugated, it should be planar, and it should obey the 4n plus 2 pi electron rule. Okay, now we'll see few more examples of these aromatic compounds. Okay, now consider the example of this phenanthrene. Okay, so see, in phenanthrene all conditions are satisfied. It is cyclic, okay, then it is conjugated, it is planar. See, every carbon is having sp2 hybridization. And now count the number of pi electrons: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 pi bonds means 14 pi electrons. That means it obeys the Hegel rule of aromaticity. So we can say that it is aromatic. Okay, so whatever examples we have seen, benzene, naphthalene, anthracene, phenanthrene, all these are aromatic compounds, and these are called as benzenoid aromatic compounds, remember. Now we'll see some non-benzenoid compounds. Non-benzenoid compounds, okay. A very simple example of non-benzenoid compound is, suppose this the name of this compound is cyclopropene, okay, cyclopropene. I will check one by one condition. See whether it is cyclic or not. Yes, it is a cyclic compound. I can say cyclic. Whether it is conjugated or not, that is important. See, there is a double bond, then single bond, and then single bond. So this carbon is sp3 hybridized carbon. So see, this is sp2 hybridized carbon. This is sp2 hybridized carbon. This is sp3 hybridized carbon. So it is not conjugated and planar, I can say. It is not conjugated and planar. Okay, so we can say that this is a non-aromatic compound, remember, non-aromatic compound. Okay, because only one condition is fulfilled, it is cyclic, but you see it is not a conjugated as well as it is not a planar. So this cyclopropene is a non-aromatic compound. Okay, so remember this. Now if we consider its cation, just consider its cation. Okay, now if This cyclopropenyl cation, if we consider, the name of this cation is cyclopropenyl cation. Now you see this cation can be written in a resonance form like this. This double bond gets shift here. Here there will be positive charge. Okay. Similarly, if this bond shift here, here there is a positive charge. So that means we can say that the first condition is already satisfied, that it is cyclic. The second condition is satisfied, it is conjugated. Okay, and it is also planar, because you see every carbon is sp2 hybridized. This is sp2 hybridized, there is also sp2 hybridized, and this carbon is having positive charge, so it is also sp2 hybridized, and this bond can rotate inside and we can draw the resonating structures. That means it is conjugated, it is planar. Now see the number of pi electrons. So 1 pi bond means 2 pi electrons are there. 2 pi electrons are there. So 2 pi electron means it obeys 4n plus 2 pi electron rule, that is Haskell rule. Haskell rule. Okay, so we can say that it is an aromatic compound. It is aromatic compound. So remember that cyclopropene is non-aromatic because it does not fulfill the criteria of aromaticity. It is cyclic but it is not conjugated and planar. Okay, but this cyclopropenyl cation is cyclic, conjugated as well as planar, and also obeys the 4n plus 2 pi electron rule, that is Haskell rule of aromaticity. So we can say that cyclopropenyl cation is a aromatic compound. Okay, now we'll see few more example. Now consider the example of this very simple compound. The name of this compound is cyclopentadiene. Okay, now in this cyclopentadiene you will see it is a cyclic. Okay, but it is not conjugated. It is not conjugated. Okay, and it is not planar also. It is not planar also. Okay, you see here there is a double, here is a double bond, here is a not double bond, here is also not a double bond. That means there is a no alternate single and double bond. So we can say that this is a non-aromatic compound. Non-aromatic compound. It obeys Haskell rule, but it is not aromatic. Okay, so this is cyclic, this is not conjugated, and this is not a planar. That's why it is a non-aromatic compound. But if we take its anion, then what happens? See, it is a cyclic, anion is cyclic, and if anion is there, then there is a movement of electron like this. So we can draw the resonating structures like this. Similarly, we can draw the resonating structure by the movement of electrons. So what we can say, it is a cyclic, it is planar and conjugated. Okay, and it also obeys 4n plus pi 2 electron rule. That means there are 6 electrons, 2 and this negative charge means 2 electrons, so 6 pi electrons. So we can say it is aromatic. Okay, so this is what about aromatic compounds and aromaticity. So we will see few more examples in the next video. So for today this is enough, and we'll stop here and have a nice day. We'll meet in the next video with few more examples of aromatic compounds. Thank you.